Paul, that second inning, obviously the pitch count got up a little bit. What did you see as the difference there?
They did a good job getting some pitches. Leadoff walk can't happen, but wasn't unhappy with the execution of all of those. There were probably a couple that could have been a little bit better, but they did a good job.
In the first inning, I want to go to that Yelich strikeout, 3 curveballs. What was going through your mind to stay convicted to that pitch? It was 3 in a row there.
Yeah, I mean it was working. I did that one last outing too. It was working. Did it, for that at bat, and might do it again at some point this year. I don't know.
Circling back to the second inning there, their first 2 runs came on some pretty weak contact. Are those instances where you kind of look at it and say, I executed well, I got the contact that I kind of wanted there, and it's just bad luck?
Yeah, I mean, only thing that could be better than weak contact is a strikeout. And but once you release the pitch, you can't control what they do. So again, I wasn't unhappy with the execution of all of them. Like I said, there were a couple that could have been a little bit better. Maybe there was a different pitch that we could have thrown there, but can't sweat it. You'll lose a lot of sleep doing that if you go down that road.
What can you kind of take away from those last 2 innings? I think you retired the last 7 batters you faced, and were able to finish strong there. Yeah,
body just got in a better position, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Executed pitches more consistently, obviously, and there's some element of luck when you put the ball in play, and they found holes. I didn't strike everybody out those last 2 innings. I got weak contact, and they hit them at guys, and we caught them and threw them to first and all that. So that's how it's been, for most of the year, right? Like when they put the ball in play, they're usually out if it's weak contact. So, like I said, can't sweat the long inning there.
I know you had a conversation with Jacob before the start of this series, with all the attention being paid to him now, and after all you've gone through. Any words of wisdom for him as he faces more media attention now at the start of his young career here?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it a little bit yesterday, but gotta protect yourself, for lack of a better term for it. Obviously with the media, but I'm assuming that if he goes and walks around Milwaukee now, there's probably going to be more people that recognize him and all that. So if he does what he's supposed to do and what everybody thinks he can do, it's not going away anytime soon. So get used to it and find ways to find peace and that kind of thing with it.
Can you tip your cap to what he was able to do today, surrounding all that hype and in front of his home crowd, and how he executed?
Yeah, I mean, he did a great job. I didn't watch a ton of it, but what I saw was pretty electric. Yeah, I mean, just want the best for him, and looking forward to pitching against him again this year. It'll be fun.
Could you feel the energy in the ballpark? It was a pretty packed crowd there to watch you and him face off against each other. Did you feel the energy in the crowd?
I mean, not any more than normal. It definitely felt like there was more energy than normal for a Wednesday day game, but yeah, I didn't notice a ton.
Paul, you've obviously been great this season. How have you felt with the workload that you've had just to start the year, now surpassing over 100 innings the last couple of starts? How have you just kind of felt with the amount that you've pitched to start a season, really?
Yeah, felt good. Obviously, this one was a little lower volume. I think we probably got to mix those in occasionally throughout the year. But you look at the stretch that we just went on, where a lot of it was on 5 days, going 7-8 innings pretty consistently. I've been happy with it. My body's in a good spot. I think that shows that, or tells me that kind of what we did in the off season and throughout spring training and then up to this point in the season has been the right thing. So I'm very, very pleased with where my body's at. But at the end of the day, just the focus is going to be to stay on the field. Because as long as I'm on the field and the rest of our staff is on the field, it's going to take care of itself because we're pretty good.